Hey guys, why did the chicken cross the road? Oh my gosh. You gonna cross, bud? No. No crossing on me. It's okay. Run away.
Welcome to Key West, Florida, home to the southernmost point in the United States. A Civil War military fort, the origin location of key lime pie, the famous sunset celebration, the iguanas, and lawfully protected roosters. This tropical vacation spot was a place I would have normally never considered going to due to the fact that it is constantly packed with cruise visitors, and it's constantly hot. But when you step out of your comfort zone, you're often surprised at the amazing things you'll find. That means you, Angie. You would think I would have learned that by now.
I do not do well in congested areas, though. I'm more nervous now than I was in the Everglades with the alligators, so it's telling you something.
For those of you who don't know, the Florida Keys are a string of islands off the bottom portion of Florida that are connected together by one main highway, Key West being the last island on this string, making it the southernmost portion of the continental United States. There is even a buoy declaring the southernmost location. If you look on a map though, it looks like another part of the island is actually further south, but I am not a cartographer. But for anyone interested, there's a very, very long line to have your picture taken next to this landmark.
So I'm not gonna wait in a huge line to take a picture with something that's not actually what it's claiming to be, so. I mean, this whole key is the southernmost part of the United States, so I'll take that for a win. Still pretty cool, and really hot.
Alright everyone, we're at Fort Zachary Taylor Historic Park, and we are going to go scuba diving, or snorkeling? I don't know what it's called. I don't even know how to do it. We're gonna attempt to, so I'm just gonna get ready. The annoying thing about solo travel is that you don't want to bring too much stuff with you because you don't want to leave it unattended on the beach, so I'm trying to like pack as light as possible, and yeah. So I'll probably just be running back and forth to the car, but whatever. Also, there's nobody to spray my back, so I'm probably gonna have really bad back sunburn. I don't know if you have heard, but seaweed has taken over the coast of Florida. I attempted to visit a beach, but did not feel like swimming through all that. So I decided to take a walk through history at another popular destination in Florida, Fort Zachary Taylor. This fort was utilized during the Civil War, the Spanish-American War, and World Wars I and II, built to protect the vulnerable southern portion of Florida. This fort was named after President Zachary Taylor, who was only president for 1 year from 1849 to 1850 before his death. Zachary Taylor was a career military man who made his mark as general with victories during the Mexican-American War. They named the fort after him and in honor of his memory and contribution to this country. This fort was held by the Union Army for the duration of the Civil War, despite its southern location. The military presence, which was already established down there before the war began, ensured that the fort remained in the hands of the Union. This fort, despite its involvement in 4 wars, was never once fired upon. I mean, I wouldn't fire upon this one either. Did you see the size of those cannons? This fort was heavily armed and ready for battle. The fort reached retirement in 1971 after 110 years of service, and is now a historic site where you are free to explore to get a reprieve from the hot sun and get a taste of history, as well as a gorgeous view.
You guys, this is really spooky. You're just free to explore all these dark corners. You're literally just free to walk through at your own pace and read up about the place and spend as much time as you want. And it's a nice break from the sun. All good things, because I was getting burnt alive. This isn't my normal skin tone. This is well done, Angie. I'm overcooked.
I was able to find a quiet place to cool off in the ocean without the seaweed, which brought me to this rocky area. My technique of soaking my shirt worked, okay? I know it looks a little crazy, but I was so glad I did this, because that's when I spotted one. An iguana! About the iguanas. As adorable as they look, the green iguanas are actually an invasive species and not native to Florida. These fascinating creatures can live pretty much anywhere, in shrubs, in trees, in the grass, suburban areas, urban areas, and they also have the ability to swim in fresh or salt water, making these creatures very adaptable survivors. What makes these cute-looking things invasive? Well, apparently they don't make good tenants. They destroy private and commercial properties. They're also known to eat the plant homes of endangered species, leaving them with no place to live or survive. Residents complain about iguana droppings, if you know what I mean, but I don't think that's a very valid complaint to be labeled as an invasive species. But they do carry salmonella into waterways, which is dangerous to humans, so there is that. Either way, I was very excited to get a chance to see one up close.
He's so big, with little finger toe things. So cool. That's big. These roosters might be my favorite thing on the planet. I always find it hard making friends on the road, but these guys are pretty chill. Yeah. Just snacking.
Alright, you're probably sitting there thinking to yourself, it seems normal to see roosters all over the streets in a town in America. I was not prepared for how much I would laugh in Key West. The sound got me every time. My maturity shining through yet again. The story of the roosters, though, is not so innocent. It is said that settlers from Cuba brought the chickens as a source of food, but also as a source of entertainment. The roosters were put into cockfights, which is now an illegal sport. These roosters now roam the streets and are protected under city ordinance, which prohibits animal cruelty. They now remain an unofficial mascot of Key West, and if you visit, you are guaranteed to see at least a dozen because they are everywhere. Feeding is prohibited, but trust me, they will try to get some food anyways, leading us to our next stop, Key Lime Pie.
Wonder if the rooster crowing gets annoying after a while, or if they're just so used to it. It's just background noise now. I just think it's funny every time.
Key lime pie was invented in Key West, Florida in the late 19th century. It is made of limes, egg yolk, and condensed milk, ingredients all of which can be found in this one area of the country. I decided to grab a slice, and it took all the willpower to only have one. Okay, there may or may not have been a second piece consumed off camera. You'll never know, and I'll never tell.
Alright, y'all, I've never tried this before, so first try. What? There's a rooster coming right. That's pretty good. Hey, no.
These guys know exactly what's happening.
Oi. No.
This stuff is delicious. It's like tart, yet sweet, yet cold.
Yum. Holy deliciousness. I've been missing out this whole time.
So good.
This yacht just parked in front of me. I definitely don't belong here.
Apparently, the sunset in Key West is kind of a big deal. There's a place called Mallory Square where there's a huge sunset celebration that takes place nearly every day. I took a wrong turn and ended up somewhere else, but it was still packed with alcohol-influenced vacation goers cramming against the dock railings to watch the earth turn on the day. While I did not necessarily enjoy the overcrowded viewing, I couldn't help but marvel at the beauty of the boat sailing on the still waters as the sun melted against the horizon. And when it was all said and done, we did a round of applause for some reason. Definitely an experience worth having once in your life.
That was beautiful, but definitely the most crowded sunset I've ever experienced. There was like people breathing around me. It kind of felt like Yellowstone, where I could feel people breathing on me as I was watching Old Faithful erupts. And a lot of drunk people, so people were like stumbling and bumping into me. I was like, alright. But it's Key West. Party paradise. Today was definitely out of my comfort zone, but I'm really glad I did it.
Key West was a beautiful place to explore. The history around every corner, the perfectly warm weather, sweet, sweet, tart, delicious pie that I'm still fantasizing about. It really is the land of endless vacation. Also, check out this super cool house with the awesome tree.
Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I will see you on Friday.